Hello, my name is Alexandria Hardman, and I did my research paper on what are the causes of Crohn's disease. The reason I picked this topic is because my mom, Jennifer Hardman, was recently diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is the inflammatory bowel disorder that affects the digestive tract. It causes inflammation, which makes it harder to digest food, making it harder to keep it down. But what are the causes for Crohn's disease? There are no concrete causes for Crohn's disease, but there are three possibilities. It could have to do with the environment, the immune system, and genetics. First, we're going to talk about the environment. There is a hypothesis out there called the hygiene hypothesis, which talks about how children, when they are outside, are exposed to pathogens. And these pathogens are affecting the immune system. They are possibly decreasing the chance of you catching Crohn's disease. So when you have your children outside, it's a good thing because it will possibly decrease the chance of gaining Crohn's disease. Also, if you live in an urban or a rural location, that also affects your chances of gaining Crohn's disease. If you don't know, an urban location is like living in a city, while a rural location is living in farmlands. So when you live in an urban location, you are increasing your chance of having Crohn's disease because you're not outside as often, so those pathogens are not being inside of you as often. But if you live in a rural location like the farmlands, and you're constantly outside taking care of your cows or your livestock, which means that the pathogens are inside you, decreasing your chance of Crohn's disease. Also, if you smoke, there is an increased chance of having Crohn's disease. However, there is no explanation to why this is. There just has been research about it. Second, the immune system also is a possible cause of Crohn's disease. Normally, the immune system will attack intruders in the body, causing an inflammation, but the inflammation will go down as soon as the intruders are gone. With Crohn's disease, though, the intruders trick the immune system to attack the good cells, which causes inflammation like it normally would, but this inflammation never goes down, which causes damage to the digestive tract, which also causes it harder to digest the foods, causing Crohn's disease. There's also a third possible cause of Crohn's disease, which is the genetics. There has been a research that 10 to 15% of people with Crohn's disease have a family member with Crohn's disease. So, watch out, because if you do have a family member with Crohn's disease, you have an increased chance of getting Crohn's disease. So you should go to your doctor and make sure that you don't have it yet. Also, there's a gene mutation that affects the interleukin 23 gene, which has to do with the immune system. This possible gene mutation is what's affecting the immune system to have it kill the good cells instead of the bad cells. So that's what's causing inflammation, which I mentioned earlier. Also, your heritage has to do with it. If you're an Ashkenazi Jew, then you also have an increased chance of getting Crohn's disease. And also, if you're a Caucasian, you have an increased chance of getting Crohn's disease. So, why did I tell you all this? Well, if you do live in an urban location, you do smoke, you do have a family member with Crohn's disease, your heritage is that you are an Ashkenazi Jew and that you are a Caucasian, then maybe you should go to your doctor and check this out to make sure that you don't have Crohn's disease. None of these causes are concrete, so you really don't know if you have any of these that you do have Crohn's disease, but it's better to check it out than not to. I personally found this helpful because I do live in an urban location. My mom does have Crohn's disease, and I am Caucasian, so there is an increased chance for me to gain Crohn's disease. I want you to look into this. I want you to figure out if maybe you have Crohn's disease, if you're having a hard time digesting food, if you live in a rural location, if you do smoke, then I want you to check it out and make sure that you don't have Crohn's disease so that later on in life you can enjoy eating the food that you want. Thank you all for listening to me, and please comment any questions you have down below, and I'll answer them as quickly as I can. Good luck with your finals, and have a nice week.